Alright, so I am back over here in the Lost Island, and now I shall start working on my army. So, I'm going to spawn over here in my safe base, and then most likely I'll do some little things here and there. The biggest thing I would need to do is to actually get some meat for the upcoming babies that I'm going to be spawning in, hopefully. Now, there's a few items that I don't remember, especially when I was playing on the PlayStation way back then, that change a lot of stuff. Now, the egg incubator machine that they have in the vanilla game, the thing that I actually have over here, they didn't really have that back then. And it changed how you go about hatching stuff. Um, if I knew about this sort of thing, it would have saved me the trouble of actually making like an incubator room like underneath here. So this thing right here is very nice, and I'll go more into details about that later. But I do have, if I pick up this stone foundation, I do have air conditioners down here. So this entire place, or this entire certain area, I can actually, what is it, hatch eggs. I can drop them off over here and then make them normally. Now I'm back over here in the Lost Island where most of my stuff is at. And this episode is going to be me talking about how to make some Boss Rex army, how to go about it, things to be aware of, things to note, and etc. etc. So a good chunk of stuff is going on right now in my base. I'm still cooking up those things. I might need to do a meat run. Right now I have a lot of raw meat. I do have some cooked meat, I think. With the S Plus mod that's going on as well, this will also help out in terms of imprinting and doing a bunch of other stuff, so I don't need to manually do it. If you're wondering about mods I'm using, once again, it is in the description, but it's mostly in the description of the first episode of this series or this playlist that I'm doing. Now, since I'm at base and since I'm over here, I'll most likely don on some armor. I was going to... Well, I do have some tech armor, but I did transfer it over there to Ragnarok. I might make another tech armor set over here so I can actually just have it, because I think it's easier for me to acquire it over here compared to the others. And I'll most likely stay in third person mode just so you guys can see me use this skin mod that I have. And I'm playing on ARK Survival Evolved. If you're not familiar with the game, it's pretty much a survival sandbox, but with dinosaurs. So if I go over here, I can grab my stuff that I have. The biggest one that's a huge plus is the artifact of the Devourer. Now this allows me to start the alpha boss fight. However, I don't want to start this up yet because one, I don't have my boss army yet. I'm going to have to level up my boss army. Not only that, I'm going to have to also get a few other things like a Daedon or something that can heal. And then also I need to get a Udi because especially a Uteranus, that buffs your creatures in the fight. So I never actually done this fight before. I remembered back then when I did try out the Lost Island, when I had my own private servers, I was going to go into it, but I never actually went through with it. So I already have everything to do the alpha fight. I just need to make my Boss Rex army. Now I haven't finished making my cave over here too. As you can see, I put down thatch foundation. What I'm doing is pretty much making sure that the stone foundation is the one that's above the actual level that I want it to be at, while everything else is covered in thatch, so it can be evened out. It took me a while to actually get all these materials. Note that I am not at a 5 times sort of multiplier when harvesting stuff. The reason why I have it on a lower setting and make it a bit of a grind is just so I can actually go out there and do stuff. I could automate a lot of stuff. I could make a bunch of stuff easier, but especially if I do plan to do some challenges where it's like 100 days, or if I do something really ridiculous, it's like I want to make sure I have it at like kind of above normal settings, but at the same time it's not too easy to the point where I'm not actually doing as much in game. So right now I have I think most of my guys here. Yeah, I did shove some thatch in them. Thatch isn't hard for me to get. Yeah. So I might need to gather a bit more thatch, but the Doedicurus and the beaver, or the Castoroids, however you pronounce it, they have a bunch of resources on them, so I can actually make some more stone foundations. I might need to go out and actually get some more thatch so I can make more thatch foundations and put them on the floor. Over here is my tech replicator. It has some element in there. I might make another set of tech armor over here. And then I didn't realize it needs to be repaired, so I'm debating about really doing this because in all honesty, it doesn't really, I don't know if it's a blueprint or anything. There is a particular mod, the Dragon God mod that I got. There is a particular item that allows me to upgrade stuff. And not only that, I do have the upgrade mod in my set as well. So if I really want to, I think there is a way for me to upgrade that tech armor to be ascendant status. But obviously, if I do the upgrade station method, it will eat up a lot of resources. Using the other method, I don't remember who has it. I think I actually put it in my... Either I put it in one of these dinos or I actually placed it in a storage. I think if I organized it properly before I left this lost island to actually start this recording and whatnot, I should have placed it over here. So this item is specifically with that Dragon God mod. Now I'm not having it active at the moment because if I do have it active, it will overwrite a fair amount of dinos and then I gotta deal with these guys all over the map. Don't want to do that just yet. I might specifically leave that certain mod on in a certain map. It might be this one in all honesty because I'm not having as much issues navigating around here. But pretty much this particular item, as you can see, it does give me a chance to upgrade the quality of whatever I'm trying to upgrade. It is random chance though. It is not a guarantee like, hey, you get to get this right off the bat. It will upgrade randomly to a certain grade, and then not only that, it will give you random numbers as well. So there's certain ones that might, when you upgrade stuff to Ascended, some stuff might be better than the other. But anyways, enough of me talking about that. I'll have to worry about that later. The biggest thing I will also have to try to do is find a Rex saddle blueprint. That's going to be extremely important, especially with these boss Rexes I'm going to make. So I labeled these accordingly, and if I'm right... Okay, here's a set. Now I think I grabbed another set. I had two for both the male Rex and the female Rex. But I gave one set of Rexes, I think I transferred them over to Ragnarok. I will most likely try to do Ragnarok, but that boss fight is a bit harder since there's two of them. And not only that, if I remember correctly too, like that boss fight in particular was quite hard because of the stuff that you gotta deal with. Maybe it changed, especially with all the new stuff. Might not be as bad. But I remember back then when I was playing on the PS3 days, like, because there's two bosses you're fighting as, like, you want to make sure you're decked out. So that's why I got a breeding pair over there. Alright, so this is going to get a bit tedious and boring. If you want to skip it, I'll have a time skip in the description because I'm going to explain how you exactly go about doing a boss, well, how to do breeding, mating, and what you're trying to do exactly. Oh god, okay, luckily I didn't freeze up. And let me go grab my SpyGlass because it'll be a lot easier because the biggest issue is I don't remember the original numbers. I don't have a SpyGlass on here, do I? Did I put it anywhere? Did I put it in one of you guys? I might need to go get some crystals so I can get the damn SpyGlass. Damn, I didn't put it in anyone? Don't I have a spare SpyGlass? I thought I would be smart enough to get a spare SpyGlass. Saddles, weapons, armor. Okay, I think I might dump something and grab a SpyGlass, huh? Or I didn't make a spare one or have a spare one. Is there any way for me to... I think it's what crystals I need for a SpyGlass. SpyGlass. The awesome SpyGlass. Oh, there's a fair amount of stuff. I need crystal, fiber, hide, wood. Damn it. I do need to organize these guys too. Yeah, so there's a reason why I also name my dinos in a certain way as well. Damn, crystal, wood, hide. Fiber was another one too. I don't have anything on my person. Is there anything I can use over here? Nope. Let me go grab some materials up here. Guess a canteen as well. Oh, dang. I didn't. Huh. Dummy me didn't leave any pickaxes and whatnot, huh? Is that a Rex saddle? No, that's a primitive one. Chibis, that's a GPS. Huh, interesting. The darts. I'll grab a canteen on me just in case if I need a drink. Oh, never mind. I do have a sickle, but I don't need that. The pickaxe. Yeah, I'll grab it. So I need to go find some crystal. Anyways, I might as well show you guys around the place, I guess. Better yet, instead of just, Dang, I'm trying to remember. Where is a place for crystal? I think I'm close to an area with crystal. I don't remember off the top of my head. Get. Alright, so I might as well showcase something, because I didn't showcase it in the other maps. Granted that I didn't really have a huge network system. Could have put some stuff in here, did I? Come on, me. Okay, 0 out of 0, 0 out of 0. I didn't put anything in here. Actually, no. Wait, hold up. If I remember, I placed a ton of crud in here because I was worried about something. Yay! I didn't utterly forget. I do have crystal in here. And then the last thing I need was wood. Which, hey there, Beaver, you have a bunch of wood on you. What I'm gonna do is make a lot of these spyglasses, because I don't want to deal with this. I'll most likely upload a spyglass too, because if I go back to one of the maps, might as well have it prepped and ready. Oh, I can also make this thing too. It requires 50. Right now, though, where's the spyglass? I need the spyglass more than that. Let's make 6 of them, and then I'll put back the resources. Alright, so usually, when it comes to... if you get to breed something up, you want to know what exactly is the highest, or what their original stats are. Now, with the awesome spyglass, it does give a bit of a shortcut, because when you look at it, if you look over there in the upper left, you'll see a bunch of 2-digit numbers like 37, 41, 39, 50, 35, 44. The number, the 2-digit number, or the number on the left side of the dash is pretty much the base stats. This is the stuff that it comes with after you tame it. Note that depending on your taming effectiveness, as long as you don't hit the dino when it's knocked out and you're trying to like tame it, like you should be able to get the maximum sort of stats that you can get. So the reason why I call this OG female is because this is a wild. This is a wild ancestor, meaning that I caught this in the wild. So this has the stats, the base stats is 37, 41, 39, 50, 35, 44. Now, I did name another one of my certain cryo goddess dragon something else. And I think I stored her in a box. Or over here, maybe. If I was smart, like I was designing this to be, I should have put her in here. No, that's not it. Okay. She's somewhere. Because she's the OG one, but I had a new one that I was going to start mating. Where did I put her? Aha, here it is. I guess I had to drag this OG male over there too. So. And this is getting most, this thing that I'm discussing about is also what is going on with the Rexes that I got, or the Tek Rexes. I'm not gonna pull out the old parents out, but pretty much the thing is, once you get dinos out in the wild, you want to try to get them on, especially if you want to breed them up and level them up and whatnot, you want to look for the max level. Once you find, actually, I'll leave you there right there. Once you find the ones that are max level, hopefully you get a male and female, then you want to try to breed them up and then get your own imprinted and raised up dinos. Now, with these two, you can see that they're kind of the same level. I did pump some levels into them, but let us stare at the OG male. The OG male, pretty much, you can see that the base stats is 33 in stamina, 43 in oxygen, 38 in food, 34 in weight, 40 in strength or melee attack, and then 40 in movement speed, and then the health is 48. The female over here is 37 in stamina, 41 in oxygen, 39 in food, 50 in weight, 35 in melee, 44 in movement, and then 37 in health. And obviously, if you stay between the two, one of the OG male has like better melee, better HP. If their wings stop going in between to each other, what other things? And some other stats, but like the female has better, it has a huge weight stat, it has a huge movement, um, but that's pretty much it. Now, when you determine like, hey, these two just have like a bunch of good stats, but in different sort of things, the female doesn't have like the best melee stat, the male does. The male has like not the best or high weight stat, the female does. Like then you want to try to breed them so you can get a child that has the stats that you want. Now, when I was doing a bunch of breeding with these guys, I actually was lucky enough to get a female that actually had has like the best of the dad's side and then best of the mom's side. Because this one, for the female, you can see is going to be, I think okay, yeah, the energy is bad on the dad, but the mom actually has the better stamina. Oxygen came from the dad's side. The food came from the mom's side. Yeah, just by one. The weight definitely came from the mom. The melee came from the dad. The movement came from the mom. The health came from the dad. So pretty much this, and this is why I called it base female. She has all of the desirable stats from both the mom and dad, and it's also a female, meaning that now I can get her to breed with the dad, and hopefully it just produce another child. The one I'm looking for, so I can have a base breeding pair, is a male that has all the same base stats as this female. And then once you do that, you'll be able to actually like start up a breeding line, and then you can start going for certain mutations because it's already at a certain, it's at a standard already. You already established like here is the base. You can easily tell if they got mutations or whatnot because when you're breeding them, it's gonna display that. It means let me go get some drink, and then hopefully I can also get some meat in me. I have a, hopefully I put cooked meat in the dang fridges. If not, then I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Actually, the cooked meat's over here. I'll just take one of these. So that pretty much explains how you get your so-called base stats. So as you can see, these two are a breeding pair. They are similar in base stats. Now, is this the best stats? Not really. And the worst part with tech dinos is that it's going to be hard for you to find a high-level tech dino because of all the other variants or all the normal types. And you got to kill a lot just so you can respawn them, and hopefully you can get a tech to spawn in, but also hopefully see if you can get high-leveled base, high-leveled tech dino level. So as you can see, I'm kind of surprised that their weight is stupidly high for their base. I think the mom originally had that, but other than that, all the other stats are very questionable. The Rexes that I'm working with over here could easily bypass that Tek Rex. Granted that what is it? I find a better sort of stat line. I'm trying to get these two to mate and then try to get, what is it? I think I'm trying to get the female melee stat to get into this line, but it's not easy to do such a thing. But right now, I'm going to be working with Tek Rexes because it's already finalized, already got them set. So I'm gonna let them breed, and then I'll be grabbing the eggs. Yeah, you know they're breeding because of that heart sign. But yeah, that's pretty much me. The what is it? How you go about trying to start up your breeding stuff. And when it comes to the boss ones, you want to make sure you all like before you even start making boss Rexes, you want to try to find the highest level dinos out there, or whatever boss dino you're trying to make. You want to go out there, try to find the highest level one, try to gather as many of the highest level ones, then figure out who has the highest stat for the certain thing you're trying to go for, and then start building up on that. Like, is 30 really a good number when it comes to working with the melee and whatnot? Not really, but it depends on the situation. It depends on what you're doing. Depends on the time limit. Depends on the scenarios and situations that you're going through. I would say this is okay for me going working with 40. When it comes to getting mutations, that's going to bump it up by 2 points, and you can get 20 mutations in a bloodline on one side. So actually, you're not the best one to display that. I think it's these guys that will show it. So yeah, like the mutations over here, as long as you get 20 on one side and 20 on the other, like you should be fine. You can stack up on mutations as well and start like just doing a bunch of stuff. So if I actually work on the milling mutation for this, the potential for this tech dino is to go to 60. Now, if you do find a new dino out in the wild and they have a higher base stat than what you're working with, you could breed it into your line and then also work with that. I mean, you can breed it into like with your dinos and then try to work on that generation and then push it further. But it's gonna take some time, and I need to kind of further understand how to go about it. But right now, I do not have as many of these dinos. I need more females of this base one, so I can continue to pump out eggs. Most likely, I'm gonna also have to figure out how to space these guys out over here. So once you get an egg, now I could just like put this on the ground and it'll start incubating because I do have the air conditioners over there. However, this thing right here is a godsend, and I'm just kind of annoyed that they didn't have this in the past. But this thing gives so much information, and you don't need to do as much. So, trying to look at it properly, but I can't not in this perspective. Oh no, I'm crawling. Get back up. How do I do this? There we go. Let me go back to first person. So when you look at it, this thing is able to tell you straight up, and you can also tamper around with the settings. It will tell you straight up if there's any sort of mutations popping up. It will show you exactly the level, the gender of the incoming baby that's going to come out, the stats, and etc. etc. So if you don't want to just keep on hatching stuff and then just try to figure out, hey, is this the thing? Well, granted that if you write it down on paper and you have a spreadsheet and whatnot, like you can easily tell if this is the certain dino level that you're looking for with the correct stats and whatnot, especially if you add up all the stats correctly. But pretty much this is just a simplified version of like, hey, this is all the information you need about this baby. So the biggest thing I need to do, especially if it does get a mutation, I want to make sure it's on a male because it'll be easier to work with compared to it being a female. But I do need some base females so I can continue to get a bunch of eggs to pop out and then slowly build up my army. I'm not going to make the army yet. It will take some time, and most likely I'll be doing a lot of breeding and mating off screen because it is very, very tedious. Even though I got some of the multipliers up, and if you're wondering what the multipliers I got on, you can look at the description for that. But it will take some time. Even with all this, it will take time for me to try to get an army up. And then not only that, once again, I gotta level them. I gotta do a lot of stuff. So it will take time for me to actually do this. So while that is going on, I'm going to be what is it? I'll be working on finishing up this Lost Island base in the meantime. And I just realized it's almost 30 minutes, and I just like pretty much talked about or try to sum down the entirety of the breeding process. Now, If you don't want to manually pick up the eggs and do some other stuff, you can have an oviraptor in the area, and they'll automatically pick up eggs, granted that you put them on wandering. The S Plus mod allows you to have a hitching post that should enable them to stay in place, but they're still wandering. I gotta also clear out these dinos, even though I might actually work with these guys too, just so I can try to get stuff done at the same time as me getting these guys ready. And as you can see, when it says 100 over here, you can get them to like hatch. You can click over here and then I can tell it to hatch. I'll do that. And I'm gonna imprint on this, and then I'm going to let you walk out a bit. Now with the S Plus Nanny, when it is time for it to imprint, it'll imprint automatically, so should be an easy 100 for me. I'll put this on passive. So that's another female, so I'll get to put it over here. Did I not give you a saddle? Why do I have you out? So the reason why I named this guy, or this T-Rex pawn, is because I did capture, or I did tame up a lot of, what was it? I think it was 150, whatever the highest level dino is for the 1-up difficulty than normal. I think it is 150. I did tame up a lot of Rexes, but most of those were not that good. And then when I was trying to breed them to make a baseline for the regular Rexes, I had a lot of questionable ones, so I ended up just kind of keeping them and trying to use them and breed them up. Got to a point where I do have some Rexes over here that I kind of want to test out, see if they can do well in the alpha fight. So that's what's going to happen. For right now, I do need to breed up a lot of the female ones, hopefully get them up and running. And then, yeah. Oh yeah, so right now, while that is going on, I'm going to get these Rexes to mate. I need to move these guys out of the way, or I might start breeding them again and try to see if I can get to a certain level that I need to get like the same stat stuff. Could start working on these guys as well. Their eggs are actually very valuable. Start working on my base again. I do need to get crops up so I can try to get the damn garden up so I can start making kibble, which I'm gonna need because I lost Harry, and Harry, that particular set of modded dinos, they do need kibble to tame them easily. I could just give them raw meat and whatnot, but it does take a while for them to get hungry, and I don't want to wait forever to keep tabs on said dinos. And not only that, stuff in the wild might kill them too, so it's like, I'd rather have kibble to just like feed them once or twice and then get it over and done with. So yeah, there's that. That's still operational. I still haven't finished that part. Not only that fiery dragon over there, I haven't even got a baseline for them yet. I was trying to, but it's rather difficult, especially with like all the R&D that involves that is behind breeding. But yeah, I got a bunch of jerky getting lined up. I guess I'm just gonna do a lot of maintenance stuff on the sidelines. There's several bases that I'm trying to make, but the biggest one I'm gonna have to start doing in this series is just try to remake what I had on my PlayStation gameplay for Ark Survival Evolved over there in the center map. So I'm not gonna go too crazy with some of the base building and some of these other maps. Okay, another egg got dropped. You're growing up. You want cure in 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna really babysit you as much. This one is another female. That's good. Like I said, I need to build up on the females so I can easily just pump out a lot more eggs. Yeah, very much that is it when it comes to the breeding talk. Let me put this stuff over on these guys again. Put the wood over here. Get the crystal back over here. Maybe next episode, if I don't finish making the Bothrex army, I might do some other things while that is going on. You have a bunch of spoiled meat. I was about to say, why is it so bright? But it's that light over there. Actually, just kind of got brighter for some magical reason. Might be because it's also sunny outside. Yeah, if I leave the base too, I might not be able to have these guys on just pooping out eggs randomly unless I have the Oviraptor out. But I'm gonna do that once I figure out what the heck do I need for the hitching post. And I think to even make the hitching post, I need to go to the S plus table, which is over here. Now I would say the Lost Island is the reason why I kind of went to the Lost Island is because it is very easy to get the what is it called? It's easy to get the black pearls because there's a literal lake that is filled with them. And it is not dangerous to travel through. You can easily go in there, get a good chunk of black pearls. I think you can easily harvest out a shit ton of them. I don't know the normal one. I mean, even if it's normal rate, it should be the same. I think it will be like 1,000 or so if you go into that damn pool. It is very nice. You know what? Maybe I can just display what the Okay, you're the wyvern. I was about to go out with you. So the thing about these eggs that these dragons poop out is they are really nice because it can fully heal a pet's stamina and health and whatnot. It is OP. Like these dragons are really broken, but at the same time, getting these guys, it does take some time. And you also got to make sure you got like good stuff on you. I mean, the biggest thing that will help out, especially if you were trying to tame one of these guys, is like you have a mod that allows you to just amplify the torpor drain. Because if you use vanilla stuff, it's gonna take you ages to even knock out one of these guys. And not only that, I think some of them regen their well, the certain gigas that I bump into, they regen their damn torpor. So even with the mod that I have, if I don't use like the one that can instantly knock them out, they will easily get rid of that torpor drain. And I'll most likely showcase that certain particular Giga in due time. There's one in the center that I did mention in my past episode that I was like, I need to get this Giga because it is the max level of a female, I think. And I do have a male variant. Alright, I think you're mating now again. Yep. And then you are still juvenile. Now, how does this... Okay, so it doesn't snap. I could most likely put... Makes sense to put the hitching post right here. And then I can put the Overwrapped over here. And then I'll be able to collect. Better yet, let me actually test this theory out right now. The only problem I got with getting the Overraptor out is that it needs to dine on eggs. I think that's its diet. Or does it eat meat? I don't know. Alright, so there's an egg right there. If I shove you out. Oh, it's hitching this dino as well. Guessing whoever's close to it. So if I put you on wander, should be able to pick up the eggs. Hopefully. Unless I gotta increase its weight. Wait, hitch the dino. How'd I tell you to hitch? Ah, there we go. Are you gonna pick it up? Or do I need to increase your weight? Gonna have to look into that. Follow me. Maybe I gotta unhitch you. Okay, yeah. And then I hitch you to it. Then go on passively. Hopefully nothing comes in, but just in case. And then disable. So I got the egg icon on it. So if I drop this, will you pick it up? Okay, it's been a while since I've worked with these guys. I need to figure out how they exactly work. They should be able to pick up eggs automatically. I'm gonna have to look into it. And let us see. I thought you were on. You're powered, you're not. I just saw that, like, Cuddle thing. It's like, okay, I can tackle that real quick. Alright, this one is a male. I do not need a male. I could keep it. Nah, I'm not gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm curious how this thing works. Alright, it's about to hit the 35. It's already past the 35-minute marker, so I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully that kind of explains some stuff about, like, mutations and whatnot. There are a lot more videos out there that give an actual visual representation, breakdown of it. I just gave kind of a dumbed down variant of how the breeding works and how you want to go about it. But anyways, that is it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.